What up? This is Rap Hits, and so Wack 100 is effing around and finding out that he's in violation for bringing that Larry Hoover story.
You get what I'm saying? So within me, I had to tell me, Wack, you violating for fighting for it. I'm really confused. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I know what it means, but
Tell
it
me
don't
what
make
that
sense.
means.
I know what it means, but I don't agree with it. What they saying is even your defense of it brings more attention to it because of your visibility and what your name means. You know
What
what
the
I'm
hell
saying?
they think 1090 did 200,000 the
No,
first
I agree.
18
I agree.
hours?
They're saying, listen, they're saying all attention is bad on this situation, even if it's four. But it don't make sense. But that's what they saying. You get me?
Okay,
Like
so they also saying if I'm guilty, we just gonna ignore it.
indirectly, they kind of saying that. They saying let sleeping dogs lie. Like they saying, you know what I mean? That's what
Listen, bro, unfortunately, when you a public figure, and I'm gonna be real, all this entertainment twist come from Jay Prince Clout chasing him way back in the 90s. Putting him on recordings and shit,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Without all that going on, would have looked at Larry Hoover like, Geronimo Pratt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anybody be talking about him in this lane.
Yeah. Rick Ross ain't doing him no favors either.
That's what I'm saying. All these clout chasers off the name, bro.
And so he's struggling to understand how could he be in violation when he's the one sticking up for Larry Hoover against 1090J. He's trying to put it all on 1090J. Like this is his thing. But nah, I told y'all, I proved it and I heard him admit it, and I had all the evidence for y'all in my last video where Wack 100 admits that he was involved in breaking the story before 1090. 1090 just took it and ran with it. But the GDs are saying to Wack that leave this alone. Leave this whole story alone. Do not mess with their guy, Larry Hoover. So Wack was struggling to understand how could that be, because he's saying when you're a public figure, you are open to scrutiny and to these types of things with paperwork. And so he's just saying, like, he doesn't understand why is he beyond that. Well, that's what the GDs are telling him, that he's beyond that. Leave him alone. Leave the story alone. Don't look any deeper into it. They're saying basically, do not try to tarnish his name. Do not be involved in any way with this story. So that's what Wack is hearing from the GDs, are basically telling them, just drop it. Just drop it. Because it's like you're digging for, you're digging for dirt on their guy. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody they put up, as beyond reproach. This is somebody that is a figure that, well, Wack is trying to figure out if this is some type of like Messiah-like figure to them. He's saying, so it's beyond just a leader. He's saying this is their guy. And this is like almost something where he's wondering, like, do y'all pray to him? Like, he's wondering, like, what really is going on? This is a leader beyond like what he's ever understood. I don't think Wack ever saw something like this. He even said that in that clip. He said he doesn't really know too much about this stuff, this GD stuff. That's what I told y'all. I said Wack 100 knows about Bloods and Pyru and stuff and Crips, that type of stuff. He doesn't understand this hit different when it comes to GDs and BDs. It's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's completely different stuff that he's dealing with now. Now he's dealing with, somebody that people are telling him to just drop it. He's beyond reproach, and even sticking up for him, they're saying just don't even touch the story. They're saying basically what I discovered is Wack should have just left it alone when he first heard anything about it. He first heard from this, he's saying Squid 8 channel that nobody ever heard of. And he took that information to Clubhouse, and 1090 took it from there. I suspected Wack was behind the scenes the whole time, playing both sides. I said, that's how it's looking. To me, at least, it's looking like, you know, Wack is behind the scenes, you know, behind the story of it all. Like saying, hey, Jake, here's this. I'm going to come out in defense. You run with it the other way. You know, you take the ball. You know what I'm saying? You take the ball and then you dig deep. And then I'm going to go on the defense and then make it look, you know, make a big show out of it. He's trying to, it looked like he was doing. Well, he's saying, well, he's standing up to 1090 Jake. He's trying to defend Larry's honor, you know, but he's saying paperwork is paperwork. He's saying, like, basically there ain't no rules. Like, he's saying when it comes to the streets, he's saying this is how it works. It's a universal law, he's saying, when it comes to, he's saying beyond creed and beyond any type of affiliation or organization. He's saying this is basic, simple, universal stuff that he's looking into with the paperwork. Well, I would suspect 1090 has the paperwork by now, because it's been about a week since he ordered it. So he probably has it today or yesterday. He's probably looking over it throughout the weekend. And if 1090 Jake doesn't find what he's looking for, then what? Is he going to make an apology then? You know what I'm saying? Because he already went out there and made that first video. Now, if he gets this paperwork and it clears Larry Hoover from any type of telling or anything like that, at what point does 1090 Jake owe an apology? You know what I'm saying? I think it's getting to that point where, you know, we're going to have to find out, because at this point, if he has a paperwork, now he could just, let's say it doesn't say nothing about no telling. You know what I'm saying? At that point, does 1090 Jake just, okay, move on to other stories and just act like this never happened? So give him, I would say, give 1090 Jake 2 weeks, I would say. Give him 2 weeks to come clean about something. If he doesn't come clean in 2 weeks about something, you know, if there's no update, well, that means he's clear, and he needs to acknowledge that and make an apology at that point, right? I would think he would owe an apology at that point. Like, okay, especially if a month goes by. Okay, let's give him a month then. So, okay, so let's say July 15th. That's the middle of July. If we don't hear no update from 1090 Jake by even July, the first week of July, if we don't hear no update from him, I would suspect that there's nothing in that paperwork that he ordered. You know what I'm saying? So I know Wack 100 is going to be pressing him and behind the scenes and asking for updates. You know what I'm saying? They've been real quiet. They've been real quiet about the updates now. Maybe he got to work and found out he didn't tell. At what point does 1090 Jake and Wack 100 give us an update and tell us, okay? So I would say it's probably too late for July 15th. I would say first week of July, we should hear something, good or bad. And I'm suspecting that it's gonna be nothing there. I would suspect that there's no testimony. And so if July comes around and we still ain't heard no update from Wack or 1090, if they try to be quiet and move on to other things and other topics, at that point, I would say that, you know, it's clear that there was nothing in that paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, does he just what? I mean, who's gonna ask for an apology at that point? Because I would think that, you know, he would owe some type of update since he took it this far. And if he was wrong, he should admit he was wrong. 1090 should admit he was wrong about this whole thing. So, yeah, that's about it, y'all. Hey, look, free Hoover, you know what I'm saying? Free Larry Hoover. It's gonna be nice when this is all behind us, you know what I'm saying? This whole story is behind us, and you know what I'm saying, it goes away, And it'd be nice though to get an apology out of even Wack 100 too. I mean, Wack 100 probably feels like he don't owe an apology because Wack 100 saying basically like he's been defending Larry. He said he can't believe he's getting press for defending Larry. They're saying nah, his platform too big. He's bringing too much. You know, they're saying like it's like talking down on him. You know what I'm saying? Just the way, just to be involved, just to be like a face of this whole thing. They're saying it's not a good look for Wack. Just don't even be. He should have just left this alone. Everyone's saying, and he's not as clean as he acts like. He's not as innocent in this as he acts like. Because like I said, I proved that he pretty much was involved in breaking the story from the beginning. He took it from you know, someone saying this that has no clout whatsoever, and he brought it to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? He brought the story to the forefront and made it a big deal by defending him. And then 1090 took it and ran with it the other way and really tried to, you know, question Larry's credibility. And, you know, they're upsetting a lot of people here. So, yeah, this is an update for y'all. Hey, hit that like button. Let's get over 100 likes on this video. Let me see. Follow Rap Hits on social media and all that. And let me see. Yeah, that's it, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. I'm out.